The Case of the Curious Compendium. Leo and Maya were an unlikely pair of friends at Northwood Academy, a school known more for its ancient library than its sports teams. Leo was a history enthusiast, always lost in tales of the past, while Maya was a budding scientist, fascinated by puzzles and logical deduction. Their shared curiosity, however, often led them on minor adventures within the school grounds. One rainy afternoon, while exploring a rarely visited section of the school library, they stumbled upon an old, leather-bound book tucked away on a dusty shelf. It had no title on its spine, and its pages were filled with strange symbols, intricate drawings of fantastical creatures, and notes in a spidery handwriting that seemed to shift between known languages and something entirely unfamiliar. "What do you make of this, Maya?" Leo whispered, his eyes wide with excitement. "It looks like some kind of alchemist's journal or a wizard's spellbook." Maya, ever the pragmatist, pulled out a small magnifying glass she always carried. "Let's not jump to conclusions, Leo. It's probably just some old student's forgotten project. But these symbols, they don't match any standard cipher I know." The most intriguing part was a recurring symbol, a serpent coiled around a key. Beneath one such symbol, a small, almost invisible tear in the page revealed a tiny piece of parchment tucked inside. Carefully, Maya extracted it. On it was a single, cryptic riddle. "Where knowledge sleeps and time stands still, seek the guardian who watches from the hill. 3 turns left, then right with might, to find the treasure hidden from the light." "A treasure hunt," Leo exclaimed. "This is amazing. Where knowledge sleeps must be the library, obviously. But the guardian who watches from the hill?" They pondered this. Northwood Academy was situated on a gentle slope. From the library windows, they could see the oldest part of the school, the clock tower, which stood on the highest point of the campus grounds, a small hill compared to the rest. "The clock tower," Maya deduced. "The clock face is the guardian, watching over the school." Excited, they waited until after school hours, when the library was quieter. They made their way to the base of the clock tower. The riddle mentioned 3 turns left, then right with might. There was an old, stiff maintenance hatch at the base of the tower, usually locked. "Maybe the turns refer to the lock," Leo suggested. He tried turning the handle 3 times to the left, then firmly to the right. With a rusty groan, the hatch clicked open. Inside, a narrow, dusty staircase spiraled upwards. They climbed, their phone flashlights cutting through the gloom. At the top, they found themselves in the clock mechanism room. Gears whirred softly around them. In the center of the room, on a small wooden table, sat a tarnished silver box, engraved with the same serpent and key symbol as the book. With bated breath, Leo opened the box. Inside, nestled on a bed of faded velvet, was not gold or jewels, but a beautifully crafted antique compass and a small rolled-up map of the school grounds, looking even older than the compendium. A compass and a map. Leo sounded a little disappointed. "I was hoping for pirate treasure." Maya, however, was examining the map closely. "Leo, look! This map shows hidden passages and rooms in the school that aren't on any of the official blueprints. This compendium wasn't just a random book. It was a guide left by someone who knew the school's secrets intimately. They realized the treasure wasn't material wealth, but knowledge. The hidden history of their own school. The compendium, the riddle, and the box were all part of an elaborate puzzle left behind, perhaps by a former student or teacher, for curious minds to discover. As they were discussing their find, they heard footsteps on the stairs. Quickly, they hid behind the large clock mechanism. The door creaked open, and to their surprise, Ms. Chen, their usually cheerful art teacher, entered the room. She looked different somehow, more serious, almost stern as she scanned the room with a small flashlight. "I know someone's been here," she muttered to herself. "The seal is broken." Leo and Maya exchanged confused glances. Miss Chen approached the table where the silver box lay open. She frowned deeply. "The compass is gone," she said into what appeared to be a small radio. "Yes, and the map, too. Someone's found the first clue." She paused, listening. "No, I don't know who. I'll keep watching the usual suspects." After Ms. Chen left, Leo and Maya waited several minutes before emerging from their hiding place. "What was that about?" Leo whispered. "Ms. Chen doesn't seem like the type to be involved in secret, whatever this is." "I don't know," Maya replied, "but I think we should be careful who we tell about the compendium." The next day, they decided to test the compass and map. During lunch break, they slipped away to a secluded corner of the school grounds. The compass didn't point north as expected. Instead, it seemed drawn to specific locations around the school. "It's like it's detecting something," Maya observed, as the needle swung decisively toward the old science building. "Let's follow it." The compass led them to a forgotten storage closet in the basement of the science building. According to the map, there should be a hidden door behind one of the shelves. After some searching, they found a loose panel that, when pressed, caused a section of the wall to slide away, revealing a narrow passage. "Should we go in?" Leo asked, peering into the darkness. "We've come this far," Maya replied, switching on her flashlight. The passage led to a small circular room lined with bookshelves. Unlike the dusty clock tower, this room appeared to be in use. Fresh notebooks sat on a desk, and an electric lamp provided soft illumination. "Someone's been using this place," Leo whispered, examining the notebooks. "These are research notes about the history of Northwood Academy." Maya was looking at a bulletin board covered with photographs and newspaper clippings. "Leo, look at this. It's about the school's founder, Professor Artemis Blackwood. According to this, he disappeared mysteriously in 1887, leaving behind rumors of a great discovery. The compendium must have belonged to him," Leo realized. But who's been researching him now? Their question was answered when the door to the passage slid open and a tall, thin boy with glasses entered. It was Oliver Wright, a senior known for his brilliance and reclusiveness. "I thought someone might find this place eventually," Oliver said calmly, though he looked surprised to see them specifically. "But I didn't expect it to be you two." "Oliver," Maya said, "what is all this?" "My research," he replied. "I've been trying to solve the mystery of Professor Blackwood for my senior thesis. How did you find this room?" Leo hesitated, then decided to be honest. "We found a book, a compendium with strange symbols, and a compass and map that led us here." Oliver's eyes widened. You found the curious compendium. I've been looking for that for 2 years. It's mentioned in Blackwood's journals, but I never knew where it was hidden. They showed him the book, and Oliver examined it with reverence. This is incredible. The symbols are a cipher Blackwood invented. I've only decoded parts of it from his notes, but with the actual book. What was Blackwood researching? Maya asked. And why all the secrecy? Oliver's expression grew serious. Blackwood was a scientist far ahead of his time. He made discoveries that others wouldn't understand for decades. But he also had rivals who wanted to steal his work. That's why he hid everything in puzzles and secret rooms. Like Miss Chen? Leo asked. We saw her in the clock tower. She seemed to know about the compass and map. Oliver frowned. Ms. Chen? That's unexpected. But it makes sense. There's always been a group called the Keepers who protect Blackwood's legacy, and another group, the Seekers, who want to find his discoveries for their own gain. I never knew who belonged to which group. So which are you? Maya asked cautiously. Oliver smiled. Neither. I'm just a curious student, like you. But now that you've found the compendium, you might have drawn attention from both groups. As if on cue, they heard footsteps in the passage. Oliver quickly moved to a bookshelf and pressed a hidden switch, revealing another exit. This way, he whispered. We need to move. They escaped through the second passage just as someone entered the room. Through a crack in the closing wall, they glimpsed not Ms. Chen, but Mr. Harrington, the stern history teacher, who had always seemed to dislike Leo particularly. That was close, Oliver said, as they emerged in a different part of the basement. We should go somewhere safe to examine the compendium properly. They retreated to the library's group study room, which Oliver reserved using his senior privileges. There, they spread out the compendium and map. According to my research, Oliver explained, Blackwood hid his most important discovery in a place he called the Heart of North Wood. The compendium is supposed to lead the way there, but only if you solve all the puzzles. What kind of discovery? Leo asked eagerly. No one knows exactly, Oliver admitted. Some say it was a revolutionary energy source. Others think it was a mathematical formula that could predict the future. Whatever it was, both the Keepers and Seekers have been looking for it for over a century. Maya was studying the map. There are 5 locations marked with stars. We found 2, the clock tower and the secret room in the science building. The next one appears to be beneath the old gymnasium, Oliver noted. But we'll need to decode more of the compendium to find the exact entrance. They spent the next hour with Oliver, teaching them the basics of Blackwood's cipher. By the end, they had translated enough to understand that each location contained a piece of a key, not a physical key, but information needed to access the heart of Northwood. We should check the gym tomorrow, Leo suggested, as the library's closing announcement sounded. After basketball practice ends. As they packed up, a note slipped under the door. Maya picked it up. Written in elegant handwriting were the words, "Not everyone is who they appear to be. Meet me at the greenhouse at midnight if you want to know the truth about Blackwood. Come alone." It's not signed, Maya said, showing the others. It could be a trap, Oliver warned. The Seekers would love to get their hands on the compendium. Or it could be a keeper trying to help us, Leo countered. We won't know unless we go. We're not going alone, that's for sure, Maya said firmly. We'll all go together. That night, they snuck out to the greenhouse, a beautiful Victorian structure on the edge of campus used by the botany club. It was dark and quiet when they arrived, illuminated only by moonlight filtering through the glass panels. "Hello?" Leo called softly. "We got your note." A figure stepped from behind a large fern. It was Ms. Winters, the elderly school librarian who had always been kind to them. "I'm glad you came," she said. "Though I did say come alone." "We stick together," Maya said simply. Ms. Winters nodded approvingly. "Loyalty. Good. You'll need that." She looked at Oliver. "Mr. Wright, I see you've finally found what you've been searching for." "You know about the compendium?" Oliver asked. "My dear, I've been watching over it for 40 years, Ms. Winters replied. "I'm a keeper, one of the last. We protect Blackwood's legacy from those who would misuse it." "Like the Seekers?" Leo asked. "Yes. They believe Blackwood's discovery could bring them power and wealth. They don't understand its true purpose." She looked at each of them intently. "The compendium chose you. That means you have a role to play in this story." "What is the discovery?" Maya asked. "What's in the heart of Northwood?" Ms. Winters smiled mysteriously. "That's for you to find out. But I can tell you this. It's not what anyone expects. Blackwood was a visionary who saw beyond his time." She reached into her pocket and pulled out a small, ornate key. "This will help you access the third location. But be careful. The Seekers know you have the compendium now. Mr. Harrington is their leader at the school, and he has others helping him, including students." "Ms. Chen?" Leo guessed. Ms. Winters nodded. "She joined them recently. Watch out for her assistant, too. Zoe Parker." Maya gasped. "Zoe? But she's my lab partner." "The Seekers are clever about recruiting," Ms. Winters said grimly. "They offer what people desire most." A noise outside the greenhouse made them all freeze. Ms. Winters quickly handed Maya the key. "Go now, through the back. I'll distract them. Remember, trust the compendium. It knows more than you think." They slipped out the back door of the greenhouse, just as flashlight beams cut through the front entrance. As they hurried back to their dormitories, Leo whispered, "This just got a lot more complicated." "And dangerous," Maya added. "If Zoe's involved, she might already know we have the compendium." Oliver looked thoughtful. "We need to move quickly. Tomorrow we find the third piece at the gymnasium. Then we stay one step ahead until we reach the heart of Northwood. The next day, classes seem to drag on forever." Leo caught Mr. Harrington watching him intently during history class. In chemistry lab, Maya noticed Zoe trying to peek into her bag when she thought Maya wasn't looking. After school, they met at the old gymnasium as planned. Using Ms. Winters' key and the instructions from the compendium, they located a hidden panel behind the bleachers. Inside was a small recess containing an old brass instrument that looked like a sextant. "It's a Blackwood celestial locator," Oliver explained, carefully examining it. "He invented it himself. It uses star positions to calculate precise locations." "Like GPS, but Victorian style," Leo quipped. "Exactly. With this and the compass, we can find the exact position of the heart of Northwood." As they were leaving the gym, they nearly collided with Zoe and two senior boys Maya didn't recognize. Zoe's friendly smile didn't reach her eyes. "Hey, Maya, what are you guys doing in the old gym?" she asked, her gaze flicking to Maya's bag where the sextant was hidden. "Just exploring," Maya replied casually. "Oliver's showing us around for a history project." "Cool," Zoe said. "Mind if we join you?" "Actually, we were just finishing up," Oliver said smoothly. "Maybe another time." They managed to walk away, but could feel Zoe's eyes on their backs. "She's definitely suspicious," Leo muttered. "We need to find the fourth piece tomorrow," Oliver said. "According to the map, it's somewhere in the administration building." "That's going to be tough," Maya pointed out. "It's always full of teachers and staff." "We'll find a way," Leo said determinedly. "We've come too far to stop now." That night, as Maya was studying the compendium in her room, she noticed something she'd missed before. Certain words in the text glowed faintly when viewed in darkness. Excited, she texted Leo and Oliver to meet her in the library study room first thing in the morning. "It's a hidden message," she explained, showing them the glowing text she'd photographed. When arranged in sequence, it says, "The heart lies not in stone or wood, but in the founder's final view." "The founder's final view?" Leo repeated. "What could that mean?" Oliver snapped his fingers. "The memorial. There's a statue of Blackwood in the memorial garden. It's positioned so he's looking out over the school grounds." Using the compass, sextant, and map together, they calculated the exact spot where Blackwood's gaze would fall. It pointed to a location in the woods behind the school, a small clearing that most students never visited. After classes that day, they made their way to the clearing. At first, they saw nothing unusual, just trees, undergrowth, and a large, moss-covered boulder. "Are we sure this is right?" Leo asked, double-checking the calculations. "This has to be it," Oliver insisted. "The instruments are precise." Maya was examining the boulder. "Guys, look at this. The moss pattern isn't natural." She brushed away some of the growth, revealing a carved symbol, the serpent and key. Together, they cleared the moss, exposing a flat stone surface with a circular indentation. The compass fit perfectly into the indentation. When placed there, its needle spun rapidly, then stopped, pointing directly downward. The boulder shuddered and slowly slid aside, revealing a staircase leading underground. "The heart of Northwood," Oliver breathed. "We found it." They descended cautiously, flashlights illuminating a tunnel that opened into a spacious underground chamber. Unlike the dusty hidden rooms they'd found before, this one was pristine, as if time had never touched it. The walls were lined with bookshelves containing hundreds of journals and scientific instruments. In the center stood a large table with a complex mechanical device, something like a combination of a telescope, a calculating machine, and a projector. "Blackwood's workshop," Oliver said in awe. "It's been preserved perfectly." "But what's the great discovery?" Leo wondered, looking around. Maya approached the central device. "I think this is it. Look at the design. It's like nothing from the 1800s. It's futuristic." As they examined the machine, they heard footsteps on the stairs. They turned to see Mr. Harrington entering the chamber, followed by Zoe and the two senior boys. All four held flashlights, and Mr. Harrington had something that looked disturbingly like a gun. "Thank you for leading us here," Mr. Harrington said coldly. "The Seekers have waited a long time for this moment." "You followed us," Maya realized. "Of course. Zoe placed a tracker in your bag yesterday. Very useful technology, though not as impressive as what we're about to acquire. You don't understand what you're dealing with, Oliver said. Blackwood's discovery isn't a weapon or a way to get rich. Oh, I understand perfectly, Mr. Harrington replied. Blackwood created a device that could predict future technological developments. That's how he designed inventions decades ahead of his time. With that power, the Seekers will control the future of technology and the fortune that comes with it. That's what this is about? Money? Leo asked incredulously. Power, Mr. Harrington corrected. Knowledge is power, and foreknowledge is ultimate power. Stop right there, Harrington. Everyone turned to see Ms. Winters standing at the entrance, accompanied by Ms. Chen, who now held a badge identifying her as Agent Chen of some organization none of them recognized. The game is over, Ms. Chen said. The Keepers and the government have been tracking the Seekers for years. We knew you'd make your move when the Compendium resurfaced. Mr. Harrington's face contorted with anger. You're too late. We have the device now. No, came a new voice. You don't understand it. From behind a bookshelf stepped a figure none of them had seen before, an elderly man with bright, intelligent eyes. Only someone who truly seeks knowledge for its own sake can activate the device. That was Blackwood's final safeguard. Who are you? Mr. Harrington demanded. The old man smiled. Thomas Blackwood. Artemis was my great-grandfather. In the confusion that followed, Agent Chen and her team, who had been disguised as school staff for months, apprehended Mr. Harrington and his accomplices. Zoe, it turned out, had been manipulated rather than a willing participant, and was released with a warning. When the chaos settled, Thomas Blackwood explained everything to Leo, Maya, and Oliver. The device isn't for predicting specific technologies, he said. It's a system for modeling how knowledge evolves and spreads. My great-grandfather believed that information should flow freely, not be hoarded or controlled. He created this place as a repository of knowledge, and the puzzles as a way to ensure only those with the right intentions would find it. So there's no magical invention that will make anyone rich? Leo asked. Thomas chuckled. No, but there are journals here containing ideas that could benefit humanity greatly, if shared properly. That's where you three come in. Us? Maya asked. The Compendium chose you. You solved the puzzles not for gain, but out of curiosity and love of knowledge. My family has protected this place for generations, but we're few now. We need new keepers. You want us to become keepers? Oliver asked, his eyes wide. In time, yes. For now, you'll be apprentices, learning, studying, and eventually helping share Blackwood's knowledge with the world, carefully and responsibly. In the weeks that followed, their lives changed in ways they never expected. They spent their free time in the heart of Northwood, studying Blackwood's journals under Thomas's guidance. The school administration, with some government influence, created a special independent study program to explain their unusual activities. The curious Compendium remained their guide, revealing new secrets as they learned to decode more of its contents. And their friendship, forged in adventure and mystery, grew stronger than ever. You know, Leo said one afternoon as they worked in the underground chamber, when we found that old book, I was hoping for treasure. Maya smiled, looking around at the incredible collection of knowledge surrounding them. We did find treasure, just not the kind that fits in a chest. Oliver nodded in agreement. The best treasures are the ones that grow when you share them. And as they continued their work as the newest guardians of Blackwood's legacy, they knew they had discovered something far more valuable than gold or jewels, a purpose, a connection to history, and a way to make a difference in the future. Curiosity and collaboration can lead to exciting discoveries. Sometimes, the most valuable treasures are not material things, but knowledge and shared experiences. And often, the greatest adventures begin with simply opening an unusual book.